Hey guys, so today's lesson, or this video, is going to continue with our geometry theme. It's going to be all about triangles, okay? So I'll write that down. Sure you guys know what triangles look like. They have three sides, unlike squares, parallelograms, and rectangles that have four, okay? And just like with every other shape within geometry, it all comes down to a formula, all right? So first things first, we're gonna try to find the area of different examples of triangles, okay? And the formula for the area of a triangle is area equals 1/2 times base times height. Now, what I like to do usually is, since this is 1/2, I like to turn that into a decimal, all right? And the way you turn that into a decimal is you do 1 divided by 2 on your calculator, and you get 0.5. So the formula I like to use for area of a triangle is area equals 0.5 times the base times the height, okay? That's gonna be my formula, right? So again, on your test, you just have to determine what the shape is and what are they asking you. Are they asking you for the area? If so, you use this formula, okay? So let's put it into practice. Where's my bag? So, let's say I have a triangle that looks like this. Not really an artist, but I'll try, right? So we had said this is 4, this is 6, and this is 8. Okay? So again, my formula for area of a triangle is area equals 0.5 times the base times the height. Okay? So I got to figure out what's my base and what's my height. Okay? So my base is going to be 4 because it's on the bottom and it's going from left to right. All right? So my base will be 4. So B equals 4. Now, my height, I have two numbers to choose from. I have 6 or I have 8. Remember what I said about height earlier, right? Height goes from the bottom to the top, okay, in a straight line. 8 is going at an angle, at a slant. 6 is going up and down straight. So the true height is going to be 6. So H is 6. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to plug these two numbers into my formula. All right? So I have area equals 0.5 times 4 times 6. If you see, I put parentheses in between these numbers, okay, because it helps me distinguish each number, right? So it doesn't look like 0.546. They're three different numbers, right? Three different values. Also, when I have parentheses between numbers like this, it symbolizes multiplication, which is what I'm going to do, okay? So, using your calculator or your phone, all right, this is the GED standard calculator right here, all right? I'm going to do 0.5 times 4 times 6, which is 12, okay? So and remember, area is everything that fills up the inside of a two-dimensional figure, right? Because remember, we're still doing 2D here, right? Flat shapes. So the area is 12. Okay? It's as simple as that, all right? You just got to know, how to figure out what base means. What does height mean? What does area mean, right? And apply it to your formula. Okay? So let's try another example with area of also perimeter, all right? Remember, perimeter is the outside of a two-dimensional figure, all right? So to find that out, I just have to add up all three of these sides. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 8 is 18. So my perimeter, or my P, would be 18. Perimeter is just adding up all sides of a two-dimensional figure. That's all it is. Okay? So let's do another example, one that might be a little more tricky for you. Sorry, I'm not trying to trick you, but I want you to be prepared. Okay. So let's say I have a triangle that looks more like this. All right. Let's say this is 3, this is 7, and going from here to the top is 5. And the question says, hey, what is the area of this triangle, right? So we're gonna figure that out. So again, my formula for area of a triangle is area equals 0.5 times the base times the height. So I have to figure out what my base is and what my height is. So if you guys could tell me what the base is, you would know that it is 3 because it's at the bottom, going from left to right. So my B is 3. Now, my height, which one would that be? Would that be 7 or 5? It would be 5, because 5 is going straight up from the bottom to the top. 7 is going at an angle, so that cannot be our height. That's more of a slant height. Our actual height is 5. Okay? So my H is going to be 5. Okay? So all I got to do is take this information that I found out and plug it into the formula. So I have area equals 0.5 times 3 times 5. So I'll plug that into my calculator here. So I have 0.5 times 3 times 5. And that gives me 7.5. I'm happy that's the answer we got, because 7.5 is a decimal. Don't be afraid of decimals. If you get a decimal as an answer, a lot of people will have this preconceived notion that it's wrong. It's not wrong. If that's what the calculator says, that is going to be your answer, okay? Stick with it. 7.5. Okay? Now, let's look at this triangle here. We want to find the perimeter of it, right? What number will we not use to find that perimeter? It'd be 5. We don't need to use 5. Why? Because 5 is in the inside of the triangle. Perimeter is everything on the outside. So I have 3 here, I have 7 here. This side is also going to be 7. This triangle has 2 equal sides. Okay? So I do 3 plus 7 plus 7, which is 17. So my perimeter would be 17. I really don't want you guys to ever get a perimeter question wrong in the GED test. You shouldn't get it wrong. It's adding up all the sides on the outside. That's all it is. Okay? So this might seem simple, but you have to have knowledge of different vocabulary. You have to know what base, height, area, perimeter mean. What's a triangle, right? So that's a quick run through of area and perimeter of triangles. Okay? Thanks.